Yesterday, we have finished reading about the elements. Today, we're going to take a look at dependent origination. By way of dependent origination, what is dependent origination? Monks, I will teach you dependent origination. Listen to that and attend closely. I will speak. Yes, Venerable Sir, those monks replied. The Blessed One said this, that what monks is dependent origination? With ignorance as condition, volitional formations come to be. With volitional formations as conditions, consciousness and the third one, consciousness. With consciousness as condition, name and form. With name and form as conditions, the six sense bases. With the six sense bases as condition, contact. With contact as condition, feeling. With feeling as condition, craving. With craving as condition, clinging. Clinging as condition, existence. With existence as condition, birth. With birth as condition, aging and death. Sorrow, lamentation, pain, dejection, and despair come to be. Such is the origin of this whole mass of suffering. This, monks, is called dependent origination. But with the remainderless fading away and cessation of ignorance, comes cessation of volitional formations. With the cessation of volitional formations, cessation of consciousness. With the cessation of consciousness, cessation of name and form. With the cessation of name and form, cessation of the six sense bases. With the cessation of the six sense bases, cessation of contact. With the cessation of contact, cessation of feeling. With the cessation of feeling, cessation of craving. With the cessation of craving, cessation of clinging. With the cessation of clinging, cessation of existence. With the cessation of existence, cessation of birth. With the cessation of birth, aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, dejection, and despair cease. Such is the cessation of this whole mass of suffering. From Samyutta Nikaya 12.1. This sutta defines the dependent origination and all the components highlighted here. From ignorance as the condition, all the way to aging and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, dejection, and despair come to be. Sister Choi Kwan, would you like to continue?
The stableness of the Dharma. Monks, I will teach you dependent origination and dependently arising phenomena. Listen and attend closely. I will speak. Yes, Venerable Sir, those monks replied. The Blessed One said this. And what, monks, is dependent origination? With birth as condition, aging and death comes to be. Whether there is an arising of Tathagatas or no arising of Tathagatas, that element still persists. The stableness of the Dharma, the fixed cause of the Dharma, specific conditionality. A Tathagata awakens to this and breaks through to it. Having done so, he explains it, teaches it, proclaims it, establishes it, discloses it, analyzes it, elucidates it. And he says, see, with birth as condition, monks, aging and death arises. With existence as condition, birth. With clinging as condition, existence. With craving as condition, clinging. With feeling as condition, craving. With contact as condition, feelings. With the sixth sense basis as condition, contact. With name and form as condition, the sixth sense basis. With consciousness as condition, name and form. With volitional formation as condition, consciousness arises. With ignorance as condition, volitional formation. Whether there is an arising of Tathagatas or no arising of Tathagatas, that element still persists. The stableness of the Dharma, the fixed cause of the Dharma, specific conditionality. A Tathagata awakens to this and breaks through to it. Having done so, he explains it, teaches it, proclaims it, establishes it, discloses it, analyzes it, elucidates it, and he says, see, with ignorance as condition, monks, volitional formations arises. Thank you.
Thanks, Sister Chuipan. One footnotes, number 42. Ida pachayata. The word is compound of idang, this is pachaya condition, augmented by the abstract noun termination ta. This is a synonym for paticca samuppada. See text chapter 2, section 4, paragraph 19, which likewise connects the realization of dependent origination with the Buddha's enlightenment. So the important part of this sutta is that dependent origination is always there, whether the Tathagata arises or not. But with the arising of the Tathagata, this is when someone finally realizes it's always there, but then he, in this sutta's word, explains, teaches, proclaims, establishes, discloses, analyzes, and elucidates. So this is the role of the Buddha. Sister Saiken, would you like to continue?
Thus, monks, the actuality, the inerrancy, the invariability, the specific conditionality in this is called dependent origination. And what monks are the dependently arisen phenomena? Aging and death, monks, is impermanent, conditioned, dependently arisen, subject to destruction, vanishing, fading away, and cessation. Birth is impermanent. Existence is impermanent. Clinging is impermanent. Craving is impermanent. Feeling is impermanent. Contact is impermanent. The six sense bases are impermanent. Name and form is impermanent. Consciousness is impermanent. Volitional formations are impermanent. Ignorance is impermanent. Condition, dependently arisen, subject to destruction, vanishing, fading away, and cessation. These monks are called the dependently arisen phenomena. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sister Saikyang. Footnotes number 43. SPK, the commentary, actuality tathata means the occurrence of each particular phenomenon when its assemblage of appropriate conditions is present. Inerrancy, avitata, means that once its conditions have reached completeness, there is no non-occurrence, even for a moment, of the phenomenon due to be produced from those conditions. Invariability, ananyatata, means that there is no production of one phenomenon by another's conditions. This is explaining these lines. Sister Shawmei, would you like to continue?
When monks, a noble disciple has clearly seen with correct wisdom, as it really is, this dependent origination, and these dependently arisen phenomena, it is impossible that he will run back into the past thinking, did I exist in the past? Did I not exist in the past? What was I in the past? How was I in the past? Having been what did I become in the past? Or that he will run forward into the future thinking, will I exist in the future? Will I not exist in the future? What will be in the future? How will I be in the future? Having been what will I become in the future? Or that he will now be inwardly confused about the present past. Do I exist? Do I not exist? What am I? How am I? This being, where has it come from? And where will it go? For what reason? Because the noble disciple has clearly seen with correct wisdom, as it really is this dependent origination and these dependently arisen phenomena. Samyutta Nikaya 1220.
Thanks, Sister Shawmei. So, these kinds of questions, did they exist in the past? Did they not exist in the past? Etc. is the kind of questions non-enlightened beings usually ask. But when the noble disciple is clearly seen with correct wisdom and then origination and this dependently arising phenomena, they wouldn't ask such questions. Why? Because these questions are invalid. Why are these invalid? Because they have an assumption of self holds in the questions. Okay, let's continue. Sister Akim, would you like to continue?
44 cases of knowledge. Monks, I will teach you 44 cases of knowledge. Listen to that and attend carefully. I will speak. Yes, Venerable Sir. Those monks replied, the Blessed One said this. Monks, what are the 44 cases of knowledge? Knowledge of aging and death, knowledge of its origin, knowledge of its cessation, knowledge of the way leading to its cessation, knowledge of birth, knowledge of existence, knowledge of clinging, knowledge of craving, knowledge of feeling, knowledge of contact, knowledge of sixth sense basis, knowledge of name and form, knowledge of consciousness, knowledge of volitional formations, knowledge of their origins, knowledge of their cessation, knowledge of the way leading to their cessation. These, monks, are the 44 cases of knowledge. And what, monks, is aging and death? Definition as in text 9.3, subsection 22. Thus, this aging and this death are together called aging and death. With the arising of birth, there is the arising of aging and death. With the cessation of birth, there is the cessation of aging and death. This noble eightfold path is the way leading to the cessation of aging and death. That is right view and right up to right concentration. When monks, a noble disciple thus understands aging and death, its origin, its cessation, and the way leading to its cessation. This is his knowledge of the principle. By means of this principle that is seen, understood, immediately attained, phantom, he applies the method to the past and the future thus. Whatever ecstatics and Brahmins in the past directly knew aging and death, its origin, its cessation, and the way leading to its cessation. All this directly knew it in the very same way that I do know. Whatever aesthetics and Brahmins in the future will directly know aging and death, its origin, its cessation, and the way leading to its cessation. All these will directly know it in the very same way that I know. This is his knowledge of entailment.
Okay, thanks, Sister Hakim.
Yep.
Okay, firstly, 44 cases. Why is there 44? Because we start from aging and death. Okay, let's count. So for each element, there is like four truth patterns applied to it. The component itself, the origin, the cessation, and the way, the knowledge of the way leading to its cessation. Yeah, we have encountered this before as well. So the first one, we start with death, and then birth, existence, clinging, 1, 2, 3, 4, craving, 5, feeling, 6, contact, 7, the 6 sense spaces, 8, name and form, 9, consciousness, 10, volitional formation, 11. So there's supposed to be 12. So what is missing here? Okay, it's like, yeah, what is missing?
Ignorance.
Yeah, ignorance. Yeah. So in this sutta, ignorance is not mentioned. So that's why there's 11 multiplied by 4 true patterns becomes 44 cases of knowledge. Okay, thanks, Saikyang. Now footnote number 44. Dhamminyana. This is the direct knowledge of the Four Noble Truths arising through penetration of Nibbana as the truth of cessation. So this one is explaining this line. The next line, knowledge of entailment. Footnotes explained by footnote number 45. Anvayanyana. This is an inference extending to the past and future based on the immediate discernment of the conditional relationship obtaining between any pair of factors. Okay, so that is knowledge of entailment. I will continue reading. When monks, a noble disciple, has purified and cleansed these two kinds of knowledge, knowledge of the principle and knowledge of entailment, he is then called a noble disciple who is accomplished in view. Accomplished in vision, who has arrived at this true Dharma, who sees this true Dharma, who possesses a trainee's knowledge, a trainee's true knowledge, who has entered the stream of the Dharma, a noble one with penetrative wisdom, one who stands squarely before the door to the deathless. And what monks is birth? What are the volitional formations? Definitions as in text, chapter 9, section 3. This noble eightfold path is the way leading to the cessation of volitional formations. There is right view all the way to right concentration. When monks, the noble disciple thus understands volitional formations, their origin, their cessation, and the way leading to their cessation, this is his knowledge of the principle. By means of this principle, there is seen, understood, immediately attained, fathom. He applies the method to the past and the future. This is his knowledge of entailment. When monks, a noble disciple, has purified and cleansed these two kinds of knowledge, knowledge of the principle and knowledge of entailment, He is then called a noble disciple who is accomplished in view, one who stands squarely before the door to the deathless. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. From Samyutta Nikaya 1233. Okay, just nice 8 a.m. Finish reading the sutta. Next time we will continue with the teaching by the middle. But for now, any questions or comments?
Why was the ignorance missing?
Good question. Actually, I have no idea. Anyone knows the reason? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll check, research other places. Why is ignorance not mentioned in this sutta?
Can you look at the entailment again?
Okay,
Don't really catch the meaning of the entailment.
okay. So this is the knowledge of entailment. Let me see. So this is the line. Ascetics and Brahmins in the future directly know aging and death is origin and the way leading to its cessation. So all these people will directly know it the same way as the Buddha knows. This is knowledge of entailment. Footnote number 45. Bhikkhu Bodhi says is an inference is standing to the past and the future. Entailment based on the immediate discernment of the conditional relationship. So if you understand any of the conditional relationship between any pair of factors, any pair means that the immediate condition, for example, let's say craving and clinging. This pair of factors, if we discern this relationship, and then knowledge of entailment means that you can infer, extend this relationship to the past and to the future. So it's not just, if you understand these two relationships, it does not just apply to the present, but it has always been that way in the past. It has always been that way in the future. That's how I understand this. It's a good question. How about others? So as our homework, maybe we can find out why is ignorance missing in this sutta, and we will answer next time. Let's take a look at knowledge of the principle. Bhikkhu Bodhi says, knowledge of the principle means the direct knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, arising through penetration of Nibbana as the truth of cessation. Okay, any other questions? Sister, if not, would Sister Chekwan like to do the dedication?
回向愿消三障除烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，不愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛。
Thanks, Sister Choi Kwan. Till we meet again, may we be guided by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Have an independent Monday ahead. Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.